I'm broadcasting, I am the go-to guy.
Absolutely.
I always get out. Oh, it's good content. No shit, it's good content. You got to fucking record it, and you got to get it in the right channel, and you got to make sure people are... Only 12 people listen to it. Let me give you a big clue in on those 12 people. 12 people weren't listening to you yesterday. You have 12 people listening to you today. Use your audience wisely.
Yes.
And the only reason I'm still doing this show is because it's got some kind of bizarre underground cult following.
Yeah, it's helping people.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No.
I hate to tell you, it's helping me.
Well, okay. Yes, it keeps me from having to go to a meeting and losing my fucking mind listening to a newcomer blather about how their family hates him. Okay. Your family doesn't hate
like
you.
Doing dishes at the halfway house.
Yeah.
I feel like hitting that guy with a plate.
Okay, so I recently got followed by somebody I went through sober living with. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to use his name. And I honestly believe that he wound up marrying the hot girl who was a friend of mine. I was actually going to live with her and her friend, but she could never stay sober, and I kind of left the area at that time. But I believe that he wound up marrying her, and I'm like, now he's the old man, and he's married to her. Oh, well, she let herself go. But, God, I hope he doesn't listen to this show. It will show up in my timeline.
Better hope she doesn't listen.
I had a huge crush on her. Huge. That's early recovery, man. That's first year stuff.
My first crush lives out here, and I actually stay away from her.
Blonde, big boobs. It's been a recurring thing. Big boobs have been a recurring theme.
Yeah, my problem, all these crushes, when I get to them like 8, 10, this one 40 years later, it's crap. So I don't want to go through it. I mean, if I hooked up with her and it was bad, that means I wasted like years 8 and 9 obsessing about her.
Obsessing about her is a recurring theme, but I don't think that you can ever wash obsession of her out of your hair.
No, I did, because she went to college and I was still like 11, and you know, she
Yeah, but aren't there things about her that you are currently chasing in the women that you chase currently?
No. She's
really?
my babysitter.
You're not that crazy?
She's my babysitter.
Okay. Well, I'm talking in real life.
Well, actually, the babysitter after her was much more fun. She liked getting tied up.
You're unbelievable. Obsession.
Well, I'm so messed up.
Well, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be sponsoring people either. Probably giving out advice.
Because when I was 11, a 13-year-old wanted me to tie her up?
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Beautiful.
Have you talked about it with a therapist? Have you written about it?
No, therapist. I don't need a therapist. I know. In the big book, it says when we found it necessary, we sought professional help. That has nothing to do with therapists.
I think the other big thing that happened this week, now that we're done with that particular topic of sponsors, I got that angst off my chest. I'd like to continue with my share. So I've injured my right shoulder. For those of you who don't know or follow the show, I take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because I need to inflict pain upon myself on a daily basis in a sadomasochistic way.
Yeah, it sure is.
And I found Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in my life to do that. Apparently, I'm learning it at the same time that I'm getting beat up. I don't know. But I have
50 Shades of Brazilian.
Pretty close. So I have my right arm pretty much yanked to the point out that it popped. I popped my right shoulder for the first time ever. With all the crazy stunts and everything you've ever known about me, with all of the crazies I've ever done. And it's Googleable, people. My crazies are not only crazy, they're on YouTube, which makes them worse. My daughter's
able to get that choking
my
out?
daughter's about 2 years away from actually going on YouTube and seeing the craziness. At which point there's going to have to be long explanations about my insanity. So I had my shoulder popped, and I realized I stopped going to class recently. Stopped training. I train like 5 days a week. I train a lot. I was getting ready for the Pan Am Games to compete at a fairly high level, And I just completely pulled back over the last couple of weeks. And fortunately or unfortunately, I'm friends with the owner of the place where I train. We've become friends. You go there year after year, you're going to become friends with the people you're around. It's kind of inevitable. You swap and sweat tends to do that, especially in a full contact sport like this, where you're simulating killing people on a daily basis. And he called me out on it yesterday, and I decided to use good old-fashioned 100% honesty instead of the bullshit of I didn't feel like training. I told him the truth. I said, I'm afraid. I'm actually scared. For the first time with all the craziness I've ever done, I said, I'm actually getting scared. I said, popping my shoulder out, and then every time I train, hearing it pop freaks me out to the point where I stop and I'm afraid to go forward. I can't even do takedowns. For those of you who don't understand, one of the large elements of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when you're learning a fighting combat skill is the takedown. The whole sport revolves around taking your opponent down. I'm now at the point of being afraid of being thrown. Or throwing someone, for that matter.
Maybe you need a new hobby.
Yeah, I'm already what we call in poker pot invested at this point. I got to get a black belt or I'm not going to be happy. I'm just not. I got to go.
How far away are you?
Oh, I only have another 5 years. I take that back, maybe 6.
Jeez, babe.
I got a long way to go, but it's one of those things that after you get past the first year, you're kind of over the hump of how bad it gets. You just kind of get into a settled, we call it the grind. I'm going to guess you were never on the wrestling team in school
Why
either.
can't you just be a black belt Al-Anon?
Oh! Because I don't need to gain another 40 pounds? Oh!
I'm down 20.
Ain't that the truth, right? Coda and Al-Anon, great place to get cake.
Hey, Valentine's Day's coming up. Better find yourself a clingy one.
So I've been watching myself pop ibuprofen like it's Christmas morning. I think I'm addicted to ibuprofen. I am clearly abusing it.
Have you snorted it?
Can you?
I think so.
I can't imagine.
I don't know why you
I'm
can't.
trying to work on kidney failure. I know that if I take enough ibuprofen, I could get kidney failure. Yet it has not stopped me from taking over the recommended dosage several times a day. I am going to definitely say that I am abusing.
Is it the codeine ones?
No, it's plain old ibuprofen from Costco. It's the giant size.
So then what's
200
the
milligrams.
difference if you
I'm popping 1,000 milligrams a couple times a day.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good program advice.
I
could die from
gummy
kidney
bear
failure.
81 aspirins, and they said that it's already been invented.
I'm telling you, I could have kidney failure.
I know a rabbi that has extra kidneys.
Hmm.
He's the kidney rabbi.
You're being no help.
Well, I'm just saying, I know where to find a kidney if yours fails.
I didn't even go to practice today. I don't want to go. I don't want to go back.
I mean, you got to let your shoulder heal.
I think it's the getting slammed down onto the ground a few hundred times. At some point, your brain just starts to scream in holy terror.
Maybe you just don't hate yourself that much today. Maybe you could go without the ass kick.
You know, the ridiculous part is I'm pretty proficient at it. I'm at a very high level for my time invested in because I train so often. I actually get one-on-one classes. I've invested a lot of effort into this. I wanted to go to the Pan Am Games. I wanted to get a gold medal. Now, I want to be able to close a sliding glass door without my shoulder popping.
Yeah, see, now you say that, and I'm just like, well, let's just go steal one from the guy that's got it.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah, it is. It is fun.
No.
I had 2 Super Bowl rings like that.
You claim progress, not perfection.
Well, this was before I got so. No, actually, one was after.
Right. My point.
Well, you owed his dealer a lot of money. What are you going to do?
You are unbelievable. Literally.
No, it wasn't like he owed me.
True.
But, I mean, there's not many guys with money that answer the phone at 4 a.m. like me.
Okay, what's the most important question you should ask somebody when they're trying to find a prospective sponsor?
Will you let me date in the first year?
That's actually a pretty important question. I actually...
It was for me because I thought I was going to prison the rest of my life, so I wasn't doing that. No,
I think you should be allowed to... we've done whole shows on this. I think you should be allowed to date in the first year.
Absolutely. Just stick with people in the first year. That's all. New stays with new, and time stays with time. Because let me tell you something. It's never the newcomer that gets hurt in a relationship. I mean, they get sober, they do their steps, they change, and it's the guy that's got 6, 10, 12 years that's heartbroken because they've already changed.
Yeah, I guess. I could see that. What have we learned today?
That your phone's going to stop ringing when you get a year because the women are going to think you're healthy. What?
Is that true?
Absolutely. What's with me?
I don't know. All right, give a message of hope.
A message of hope. You know, sometimes you just got to work for that gratitude. And sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze.
That's deep. Who said that?
Not really. What?
Is that yours?
Well, with the gratitude thing, yeah.
That's good.
I think Yogi Berra's grandfather said the juice is worth the squeeze.
Is that where you stole it from?
No, I don't think so. This sounds very pornographic. Getting pornographic flashbacks from that.
Type in blackandwhiterecovery.com and that'll take you to the iHeartRadio page. I think I have strongly been debating whether or not to put the advertiser that I have for my other shows on this program because I felt LasVegasDiscount.net, which sponsors all the perfect...
What about KY? Come on.
Well, it seems somewhat hypocritical on some level.
How about Passages Rehab Center?
They're not sponsoring the show.
Well, why not? Why isn't he?
I haven't made a phone call. They don't call me. Look, I can only get what's out there in LasVegasDiscount.net. By the way, if you're planning your next relapse, type in LasVegasDiscount.net and save 50% on your next relapse.
Are you allowed to use like your AA chip as a?
There are, I've heard that story. Okay,
yeah,
AA chip for your first drink.
Bar next to the club. Yeah, you get your first drink for a chip. They would do that. I watched some kid try to do it. They threw his ass out.
There was an episode of who's the guy from Night Court? Famous sober guy.
Harry Anderson?
No,
Don Larroquette.
John Larroquette. So the Larroquette show, which was based on the program, which I don't even know how he got away with, considering how program
was the sponsor.
Right. They did an episode where a guy is holding a gun on him, and he tells him to pick up the bottle and drink, and he goes, "Okay, go ahead and pull the trigger, because you might as well do that. If I have a drink, I'm gonna die." Yeah, okay, wrong. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about using and dying. I'm worried about using and living.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's the problem, isn't it? Ultimately,
if I die, my struggle's over.
Okay, so if you're looking for a sponsor, you're looking for somebody who's excited about living and not just being sober tomorrow.
That wants to live.
Right.
Right.
And ask him if he's got at least 3 friends that are at least 6-figure. I mean, well, in your particular case, you're talking Arizona. At least 5-figure salary people. That was really shitty on my part.
That was.
See what I did there?
That was.
It's accurate. Got to set the bar and the appropriate levels.
$30,000 millionaires anymore. We got a lot.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
Coming from the coast.
I live in California. If I moved out there, I'd be a bazillionaire. Exactly. My God, my dollar would go so far in another state.
Yeah.
I was looking at a $3.5 million house, which you and I would scoff at price-wise, were it in, say, Scottsdale or Southern California. Right. But out in Las Vegas, it's ridiculous. It's 7,000 square feet.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what 7,000 square feet in Scottsdale on a golf course would cost with a straight face.
Not that much.
Not $3.5 million.
No, maybe about 2.5.
Really?